What's up, y'all? This Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill. I'm your girl, Kimmy Kim.
Your boy Ed over here getting it in. I don't know this camera thing. I tried to adjust it, but they're going in and out. How you guys doing today? We call it our Friday, and we say we got time today. God damn it!
Yeah, we got time today. I'm crossing the line. That's what Moneybag Yo say. But however, um, I know I just feel like I don't know if it's really crossing the line or not, Ed. I feel like maybe some things, but I feel like we cross the line all the time. If that's the case,
I don't even know if
because
we
we
got
damn sure
lines
don't have
anymore.
no format.
Yeah. I don't even know if they be lines anymore. I mean, we might need just cross that term out. Shit, cross the line. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know if
I'm
lines.
with you on that. We don't really cross the line. We might spit some bars though.
Yeah.
We might make you feel like, well, damn. So it's like that. Y'all hear Ed say a lot of times, well, damn. I was just recently just watching the show today. Actually, I can say this on right here today. I got a message and from Audrey, and she was just liking the video. And but the comeback was some things you said on the video, right?
Uh huh.
And I was just like, I watched it. I don't know. It's one of those videos where I feel like your epic self. You know what
Epic.
I'm saying? Without being your epic self and sending subliminal messages.
Oh, okay.
And so I can see why they probably stood out, to a certain extent. But I was just watching that and I was like, we both a motherfucking trip. Because I would say that if there was any video of us like just going there and we said it's the video that I would ask anybody to watch is just stop that shit because you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the truth. You don't know. We really don't know. So I got this thing. Ed got his pet peeves, y'all. I got mine. My camera. I gotta move it around a little bit because it's just on some bullshit. So I can say that we got our shit. Everybody got their pet peeves. We was just talking, and I said to Ed, "Fuck, let's just get on," because I can just start talking about it now. And one of my thing is when people shut down and then you stay there.
Mm.
And I had to deal with that with my friend that was, growing up, my best friend for years. And that was her thing. She always shut down. And I've
Mm.
said this before in statements, in shows rather. And I get, we can get down, we can get depressed, or, not even so much depressed, it's just you just in a funk
Uh-huh.
because some things happen, may not have went right in your life. You kind of wish you was doing something else. But I'm just saying, I feel like the reason why things don't get accomplished after we get in that funk is because we stay there too long. You
Mm.
know what I mean? So that's why I like, if it's ever gonna be time limit on things, that's what I would say. I got time for the day is to tell you, you know, get your ass out of that damn funk.
Mm.
Because all you doing is wasting time.
Mm.
All you doing is losing time. Like your life passed you by. Life
Mm-hmm.
is shorter because of, all these new things is coming up with COVID, Omicron. Next year it's gonna be another goddamn something else then came out. We done went through Ebola. We done went through the HIV. We done went through a lot of shit. But
Mm-hmm.
yet we still standing. Why? Because at some point we have to do what? Go on. Roll up your sleeves, figure it out. But I feel like we just stay there. I would say I have some things today. I woke up, I was like, okay, okay. Like I just kept getting hit with stuff. Okay, okay. And then I'm like, okay, that's it. Like, okay, I get the message. Okay, this is what I need to do. I got to figure it out, but I'm not gonna stay there. When you shut down like that 4, 5, 6, 12 days, hours, it drives, it's like you missed out on a lot. Well, I could have told you, I would have called you, but you was going through this and you was going through that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Ed, I know you. I say this about Ed. I feel like he's heard me say this to him before. You can be mad, you can be pissed off, you can be angry, but put a time limit on that shit because you're gonna mess up a lot. You miss out on a lot of opportunities in your life, a lot of blessings where you could be smiling and frowning because you mad because some shit didn't go out your way. You lost your damn dog. Now, I mean, I play a character named Jaquisha, right? She love the fuck out of her sucker. So when she's sucking on a sucker, and y'all can just see me, we was just doing the show, and I dropped my sucker. The expression on my face was priceless. Like, damn, I need my sucker for my character. However, at the same time, I was still able to go on and play my role. You know why? Because even though you can lose something, my whole point of saying is even though you can lose something very dear to you in parts, relationship, kids, life, is hard, but it still go on. It does. It still go on, and we have to find a way to be able to push through to get through in order for us to get where we're supposed to be. So that's my thing. That's what I got time for right now. I got time for a lot of stuff, but I got time to tell y'all that
You
shut
know,
down, but don't stay there.
so I agree with that because I fall in that category when she said you kind of stay in the funk or in the mode and you kind of procrastinate, it kind of drags out. My time for today is one of those things. I want to encourage people to do that damn business or start that shit you want to start, the class or whatever. My thing is I don't believe in the study long, study wrong thing. I got that shit is just as annoying as being down in the funk. Those people that overstudy, let me focus on this. Let me do a third and 19th calculation on some shit. Like, get it done. I did a segment. We did a segment before, and I don't know if we put it out, but the statement was, uh, I never understood why people that I felt were dumber than me seemed to have more success or was in leadership position over me. And I broke down into like why people who are seemingly not as smart are more successful. And I was saying that people that are super smart or whatever, they are overly analytical. And they do what Kim is saying, like
Mhm.
procrastinate because well, let me do another calculation. They're so afraid to fail that it's ridiculous. And the people who are
Mhm.
seemingly not as intelligent, or I would say, for lack of a better term, dumber, they actually believe that what they are thinking is going to happen will happen. They put in the work. They go tirelessly at it. They're
Mhm.
dumb enough to believe that this very highly sought after thing or this very high thing that's hard to accomplish is can be done. And so I'm telling you, if you want to take a class, it was so funny because I told Kim I wanted to do something. And while we were talking about it, she said, call him. I was like, "Oh, she no, not call him. Call him now." I'm like, "Oh, you know, okay." So that kind of thing is kind of what it takes. It's like, we really don't know how much time we got here. And this is what Kim was saying just a few minutes ago about people who are when they're in their emotions and feelings about something, they stay in this mode and they can't move forward.
Right.
It's that same thing, but also when maybe you're not in a downward state, like you're feeling down about yourself, but it's almost like that because you may not believe it can happen. And so you just,
Right.
I'm gonna wait
Right.
till the perfect time or the perfect season to invest or the perfect time to open my corporation or perfect time to buy some property, the perfect time to study this new other second language or third language or
Right.
perfect time to take this musical course, take a piano lesson or a guitar lesson, or perfect time to get therapy. It's like there is really sometimes there is no perfect time. It's right
Right.
now.
It's never a perfect time. You
Get
just
your
gonna
ass
have
up.
to get out there and just do it. Your mind is a powerful thing. So, when you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will begin to change.
We begin to
But I
change.
know that it's not. I know some people say, "Well, Kim, that's easier said than done." But the only reason why it's easier that you would say it's easier said than done is because you're simply not doing it.
Mm,
Anything that you do becomes easier. They say practice, practice, practice. Practice make perfect. No, let's dismantle that myth. No, it doesn't. Practice makes improvement. But
mhm,
in order for you, you can always be better than your best. You can
mhm,
always be better than where
mhm,
you at. But
mhm,
that's only if you're doing it.
mhm,
You know what I mean? So I can say right now, as I speak to y'all right now, I am dismantling something that I have in my mindset that I've been doing for years. If they never said that growing up, the way you learn how to do stuff and how they put in you, my background is church growing up, you get married, you serve that man, and and I just serve that, but just be that wife. But if you a person that don't see yourself, you don't align with that, and then you do that, you find yourself living a life of regret, or you know what I'm saying? Like my whole way that I'm only speaking for me. It's a lot of y'all church people went to church, you was in, but it was just the way I was raised, to be married and, have that family, you know, I didn't want that shit. Everybody want that. You know what I'm saying? I was domesticated. I did what I had to do. I did all that.
mhm,
And then this the problem that they don't go further than that. That's because your vision is different than mine. And so that's what I'm saying. Stop inflicting. If you're a mother or you're a father, stop inflicting to your children what you think, goddamn it, they supposed to be. Figure out what they figure out. Allow, watch your child, see what they want to be. Because when you are living your life and doing something that you love to do absolutely every day, oh, you show up and you show out because the passion that you put behind it looks like you're having fun all day, every day. When
Hmm.
Ed and I get on this show, this is not a job per se where we go in, punch a clock, sign in, get a damn salary. But the reason why y'all can see us smiling, laughing, and giggling through everything else y'all don't even know we going through is because we're doing something that we love, that we actually built to do. One of the beautiful talents that God has given us to do, to be up and show up and talk to people that we don't even know that gonna form opinions, say this and say that. Hell, we don't know everybody on. We invite our friends and stuff. But a lot of people don't know. They can sit there and say all kind of things about him and I, what he doing, judging me, judging him. But at the end of the day, we get to show up and show out, and we laugh our ass off because we doing something that we love. And a
Hmm.
lot of people can't say they can do that.
Hmm.
A lot of people cannot say that you can do that. You know,
You
when
know,
we watch the breakfast clubs and different radio shows, and I always said to myself, shit, that's what I want to do. I want to wake up and laugh all day, every day.
have a good time.
It don't feel like you working. When we
It
doing
don't.
this don't feel like, oh damn. So when we monetize it, you better believe it's still gonna come just as it comes now. And I'm just saying, a lot of people don't. You don't look at that. I feel like a lot of times put yourself in a depression state. You don't need a new day to start over. You only need a new damn mindset.
You
For
know,
real.
this old guy said all the time, he said, I don't have no bad days. He said, I may have a bad feeling, but I don't have no bad days.
Come on.
And I was like, and that really stuck with me. He had a lot of other phrases, but that was one of like he said, let that it's almost like that 30-minute thing or 20-minute rule you give where it's like
Yeah.
20 minutes
Mm-hmm.
to get out of it.
Yeah.
That's that same thing that I take in consideration was like, I'm not gonna have this because some people just say that's a phrase been going on the last few years. They say throw the whole
Mm-hmm.
damn day away. You know, people have like, oh, just throw the whole day away. Like,
Oh,
no.
I never thought.
I
Ooh.
never really subscribed to it, but that's so funny because I never really subscribed to all those little carrying little funny things and throw the whole day away. All this negative, this is trash. I never really got
Mm-hmm.
into that thing or whatever. The
You
other
know,
thing,
I heard something, and I don't know what it is, but it was something about how the flies. When I find that, I'm gonna tell y'all because it's funny, but it's so true. But this is what I do know: the butterfly doesn't look back at the caterpillar in shame, just as you should not look back in your past in shame. Your past was part of your own transformation, and
okay,
that's true. You know, that's true. But the flies being on the shit is even funnier, and they don't look at that. That's true.
it was so funny.
They say they laugh at me because we different, but I laugh at them because they all the same.
Um, I was saying that
Oh, I got a roller showing Edward. I don't give a damn what nobody. I don't know how
I,
many times I keep telling him this.
no, I don't know what
I
I,
had it there for a reason, but thank you for looking out for me. So that's how you know somebody really cares.
I don't.
That's that little shit he be doing.
So one of the things that we were talking about earlier about doing certain things, and you were saying it's easier. The old guy always says, "Always easy when you know how." You was talking about practice make perfect makes better, and
Mm-hmm.
things are easier when you know how. It's always different when you know how to do
Right,
it. It's like it's so difficult, but it's when you know how. It's always easy when you know how. That
right.
same old guy would say stuff like that. So it's really working on yourself, getting stuff done, getting up and getting it out and get done. And you know what, Kim, I really have never been afraid of failure though. I never really I don't want to say I've been that dumb person, but I guess I have in a lot of ways I have been. But I mean, if I fall, I fall. I just it is what it is. I don't have it, now. Here's the thing that I do now. I'm more calculated because I'm older now. And so I remember one time I was sparring with my son. We were sparring in martial arts. Well, I wasn't sparring him. We was sparring two different whatever. But anyway, he was getting shin checked. So
Mm-hmm.
our sensei was sparring, and my son was getting shin checked. Um, and so at the end of the night, his shin was hurt, like the shin bone. You know, get the little lump on the front of your shin, like when
Mm-hmm.
you ride a bike and stuff like that. He would get those shin checks, and he had the lumps on the front of his knee, his shin bone. He was limping. So I was sparring somebody, and I did a front snap kick, I get a kick, and I missed right, and I hyperextended my knee. You know how you just go beyond the joint, like man. So anyway, that first few days, I'm limping, right. And so a couple of weeks later, I'm limping later. I'm limping still. And my son was like, Dad, what's wrong? What happened? You limping? I said, man, it's when I, hyperextend my. He's like, Dad, that was like 3 weeks ago, man. I'm like, listen, and I didn't think about it. He had been past his shin and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. I was still limping from that, and I didn't connect nothing. I missed the target who I was trying to kick, but I was still limping on it. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. The older we get, we have to be more calculating in our risk. Like back in the day, we could run out. Kim, we were younger back when we grew up. We could probably jump out of a moving car. You know what I'm saying? Get up the next day, go to school. You know what
Shit,
I'm saying?
I did jump out.
Listen, listen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
That's
You you
crazy
know,
ass shit,
but
right?
now, you had a good reason, so whatever, we're not with that. But shit, we try to do that now, Kim. We be like, Kim, no, that was a 2021. I know, that's still shit, that still hurt. Shit.
Right. Yeah.
It's so now what we do, we take the risk now. It's not saying that we can't take risks, it's just our recovery time. So our thing is now as older people, it's not saying jump out the window with reckless abandon, but I'm gonna take risks. But now I'm like, okay, because if I take a risk and I fall, my recovery time is a little longer. So I had to make sure I can absorb that impact because you could get up and jump back around. So I'm gonna be a little bit, and I'm not gonna take a long time, but I'm gonna cross more T's and dot more I's all right now. So I'm not mad at that being, but don't analyze 4 or 5 years and 16, 17 calculations and shit and be all depressed because somebody did it before I did it. No, no, make that shit happen. Do what it do. So we got time today. And I got time today, Friday, talking about what shit we ain't going for no more, what stuff we ain't allowing in our circle. And me and a slight tangent, I was telling my partner here, I was like, there's certain things, and she understood what I was saying. And it was certain things that I felt like as my for her, how I regard her. Because I'm like, well, some things to me is, you know, she shouldn't even be involved with. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be whatever. Like, no, this shouldn't be a part of your energy. It's wasting your time. And she agreed with me. She's like, there's a lot of shit that shouldn't be a part of my time. But I look out for people. I'm like, it's certain places that um I'm now going to the point of zero tolerance of things that I want allowing in my circle or in my atmosphere or to allow in my psyche. Like we are focusing on doing things that we love to do and incorporating doing things for people that we care and love for without being subjected to being sucked dry. Like you're not going to I'll do any and anything for my kids. Just as will Kim would do for her kids. She's a mama. Obviously, she's going to do whatever she needs for kids. But one thing we do understand is that once we've done what we're supposed to do, and we put you in a position, and we've empowered you, you're not going to make me die so you may live on some foolishness. But that's my take on it. I'm not going to speak for my partner, but that's my take on it. I would do
Yeah,
everybody
cause
love you.
no, I won't do everything and anything for my kids. This shirt y'all see me got on, I'm a mom of boys, very powerful. Being a mom of boys, and I used to feel that way to a certain extent. I remember having a conversation with my girlfriend. She got 4 kids just like me, and I got sons. She got daughter and sons, and she was like, because I do everything for my kids. I said that's a lie. Yes,
Mm,
and every time she's like, I'm sick of you saying that. I said, because you don't do everything for your kids.
mm,
Because everything you do does not benefit them.
mm,
A lot of that shit, especially when it's dealing with your spouse, that shit all you. Ain't got nothing to do with them. They gonna grow up and they gonna find them another person and they gonna be somebody's spouse and they're gonna move their life according to whatever. Now, whatever you put in front of them is gonna be a story that they can narrate in their own life. Now
right.
you post they grow up to do the tools you want to do. There's a lot of things I wish my boys and mistakes I wanted to keep them from, especially having babies and you ain't married. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? You having relationships and doing shit and you can prevent yourself. But at the same time, the number one thing I won't do for my children, this is when he say everything, is that I will not put myself in a position to allow them to ever say, because mom, I didn't know. You didn't know what? Because see, I'm gonna do my job as your mom. Oh, God told me what I gotta do. I'm gonna do my job as your mom. Now, as you gonna do your job as his servant is entirely up to you, but you damn sure ain't gonna say because of my mama. You know what I mean? I don't like that. My boys, when I say this with you, I shared it with you. You talk to me, you open up to me, I got you. I'm gonna give you the tools. Now it's entirely up to you to do it or not. But you know what? But that rule apply, and I think the hardest time for that rule to ever apply is to yourself in things that you would and would put up with. Now we can sit here and say, I don't like that. You can even talk to somebody. I think I was just sharing this, and I'm just letting y'all in a little bit. But Ed and I was having a conversation, and we was just talking about what works for you or works for the other person, what works out. And then you can say, well, that shit made me feel like this, and I don't like that. You're talking about what's going on, and then you do something different. Then what the hell you just expressed that you want to do? Then that's when you go, well, who damn fault is that? And that's the hardest thing we have to do, is when we have to realize and look at it and say, that's my fault. That's why I say everything that you do for your kids, when you say that, that's not about your kids, that's about you. Oh, I stayed in my relationship because of my kids. Nope, that was for you. Because your kids gonna ride and rock with you if they leave out the home, whatever. If you in the home and you miserable, what kind of life you think you giving them anyway? They still see that shit. So you ain't doing nothing impressive. No. If you stand because the person is providing or help you out and you feel like that two incomes is better than one, then say that shit. But don't say I'm doing it for them and it's because of them. But the same thing in a relationship. You say this person treat you like this and treat you like that, but yet you still stay. Who you doing it for? You doing it for you. Whether you sitting up waiting for it to all of a sudden, miraculously become different and all that, that's still up to you. That's still up to you. That's some hard shit I know anybody got to hear or can hear and you don't want to hear. Like I said, I have a friend that she just simply don't like that I don't go in that woe is me thing. She said, you're the only person I know that don't do that. I don't do that because I said, you be all messed up, right? And then next thing you have me all messed up. And then I'm all like that. And real talk, I just had a conversation with my brother. I had to like snap out of it because he like that. He in this real funk. And I'm like, bro, damn, like you just said, Ed. Damn, it been 3 weeks ago. You still okay? And then and I'm not gonna be insensitive because people's like, well, you can't tell nobody how long it is. Because my friends used to say this. You can't tell me how fast and how soon it is for me to get over stuff, Kim.
Right,
You're absolutely correct, but I can tell your ass how soon and how fast that I'm not gonna endure it. That's the difference. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I always say get in front of shit. I can't control nobody, their emotions, their thoughts, how they process things, how they look at things, and hell, how you want to act. But you can't get mad at me because my reaction is different to you because of your behavior. You can say you're sorry all day, but if you got the same type of behavior, then, in the words of Kim, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, it is what it is. You cannot get mad at me because the way you decided to be. And I change up because of that. You know what I'm saying? What else you expect the person to do? They're not going to be able to keep just being, I'm not. I can tell you right now, I'm not. My tolerance is low as hell. It ain't got nothing to do with age. It got a lot to do with time. A lot of times we say that too, Ed, like you just said, Kim and I, the way it is, we can't do that no more. But I'm going to say this about young people. When you 20, 19, 20 years old, teenagers, in those years, it's a lot of shit your ass is being shown too. You can shape your life before you even get up to our age. So why put yourself through it? Be smart enough to say, you know what? I didn't think that and outside that I don't want to put. Just don't be saying think because you in your 20s you got time. They dying at 20 and 21 and 22 too. Or your life being shortened too. Go out and have an accident, your ass can't move no more. Got your whole damn teeth talked out, you heard, and you can't even talk no goddamn more. All I'm saying is that stop thinking you got the time to sit around. I got time today to tell you this shit. To sit around and think for some reason that you got all day to be mad, indifferent, and then think you can call back. And some people do shit, Ed, and think that they can call back and say they apologize. They already got it in their mind. I'm gonna do this shit, but she know how I get, and that's why she rock with me because she know, or your girlfriend, I know how you get. I'm not. I'm accountability type person. So you can go ahead and not call my ass. Because soon as I see you, I'm in your ass. No, Ed. And Ed he'll be a test for y'all. He can tell y'all right now. I know that shit about me drive him crazy. Now I can do two things about that. I can give a fuck or don't. You want to answer that for me? Exactly. So at the end of the day, you got to meet people where they at. I say it all the time. I mean, I can respect it and all that, but that's not going to change the fact that somebody got to be the type of person in your life. This is a great gym to have that make your ass have accountability. Because just as much as I can say that, Ed can say something to me because I rocks with him and fucks with him that affect me. But your black ass can say something to me and might not mean anything. You might be absolutely correct. But because Ed said it, it changed the game. So what I'm saying is just utilize on that. Sometimes even when you're trying to reach somebody and you can't, you got to go around them to get up and get to them. Just do it. So at the end of the day, I had the time, Edward. I don't know if you had the time, but I had the time.
Hey, listen, I stand behind that. My make sure for my people, for you guys today is, like Kim said, get out that fucking rut. Whatever's holding you back, whatever's irritating you, whatever mode you in, get the fuck up out of it. I think it's imperative too, Kim, and I don't know how you were selected, but I think it's imperative to kind of institute accountability partners. I don't know. I think it's important. It may not be important to you, but I think it's important because there's got to be somebody you could that's going to be like, hey, let's get it cracking. And accountability in two ways. One, as Kim is saying, you got 20 minutes to get over your whatever is riding your ass. And the other side of it is that get off your ass, stop procrastinating, and getting that shit done that you want to do. You want to do something nice for somebody? That was a thing we should do. Like, remember back in the day, I know during the apostolic movement in church or whatever, there was a movement where if God led you to do something, or if you had an unctioning to do something, or you felt like, man, I want to give this, do something for somebody, you do it then, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to pray for somebody, you want to give them, hey, listen, God has told me to give you this watch. You just do it.
Yeah.
That's the same type of thing you should do for yourself. You want to go get yourself some ice cream, you want to feed, you want to take yourself to the movies, you want to do something nice, you want to start your business, do it, and
You
then
want to
follow
eat your
through with it.
friend's Snicker bar?
You want to go ahead and eat go ahead and eat that shit, But go ahead and start it. Go do it. I implore you to do that. I implore you to
Yeah.
get started. I'm talking to myself when I say that, but I implore you to do it. So I got time today. I ain't got time for be playing with your monkey ass. Man, I was gonna start that company. It's 4 5. That right there bothers. That grinds my gears. That bothers me. People be sitting on ideas. So it's a guy, one of my boys, he's my barber actually, and he's been writing music and doing stuff for the longest time. I said, man, go on to your studio. And so he got a buddy that came in town. He wrote his music, whatever he did, is at the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. He lives in New York. They went to college together back 20 some years ago. He lives in New York and he wrote something, and his stuff is playing at the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. He came
Mm.
in town. Now, my boy is one of those guys that has favor, mad favor. I got a few guys like that got mad favor. They don't know what to do with it. My cousin's one of those people. They got mad favor. People around him saying, tell her what you want us to do. We got the resources. We got the money. You just have to have. They don't. And I'm not trying to crap on them, but it's like they have resources. Don't know what.
Right. And you like, damn.
Like you don't have a concept as to direct people. Like you need to have that. They're waiting on you to say, we got the. We just need your. What do you want to do? What's your vision? Because we're going to make the vision happen. But what is your vision? And
And
so
I
I
hope for
told him,
each every person that you're saying that about, I hope they find that motivation. Sometimes you find it in people. Sometimes it's not their time to do that. But I
right,
would say I hope they get that because
right.
that's real sad when you get blessed with all the talents and you don't utilize it.
Excuse me.
Bless you. It's coming in threes. One more
It's,
coming.
I was waiting to think of that too when the day may come off the air. But I told this particular guy, he told me, he said, if I don't, he said he got music he wrote. He said, send it to me. He said, your stuff ain't polished. All your music, send it to me. I will take care of it and I will direct you and put you on and tell you what you need to do. And he said, if I don't do it, Ed, I want you to bust me in my mouth. I said, okay.
Did you bust him in his mouth yet?
He ended up doing it because I came in the barbershop one day with him. I said, hey man, you did it.
He was
He said,
ready to
well,
bust his
he said,
shit.
hold on. He said, I am
See,
simply
people
saying.
want you to get us. See, you can't tell me that because I've done it. Say, girl, if I don't do it, smack shit out of me. I smack
Wow.
the shit. Then what's up? What you do that for? You told me to. See,
Right,
nobody don't like that accountability.
right. So that was one of those moments. So it was so funny because I told him that. So he was like, look, hold on. So he had started getting it cracking. So when I come in, I said, listen, I'm busting your shit. You know what I'm saying? And I said, all the dude asked you, he said, I know you busy. He said, all I want you to do is just send me. I don't need you to perfect nothing. Because he one of those guys, I gotta make sure like you don't know what you're doing. You are a damn barber. You doing pretty decent. Let the nigga that's got his stuff at the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. He wrote on all
Mm.
type of projects, music, and he's whatever. He said, "Bring me your stuff. I will polish it and I'll get it back to you and get your stuff out there." That's all. I just want you to do what you do, and then at that point, from then on, I'm gonna start grooming you and training you to do your stuff. But for now, give me what you got.
But still didn't make no moves to do nothing.
No, he did. He's doing slowly but surely. But he talked to the guy. They've been doing it. He sent him his music. He didn't send him everything, which I almost got. But he almost got gut check for that one. But I got to
Mm.
see him. I was supposed to see him this week when but the snow thing happened, so I ain't gonna see him the other day. So I was gonna check on his ass.
Mm.
Call him and everything. But anyway, we got time today, Friday, you guys. That's our thing for the day. Listen, like, subscribe, and share. Mitchell and Mitchell sip and spill. We're going live next week again. We had a great time last week doing our show. And the ones that got a chance to see us do different characters, that's fun. Also, subscribe to us on Anchor. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna find another way to kind of put that out there. We got a couple new characters I think was funny. We introduced last week DJ, I think his name Eddie Swag, and then we introduced last week a new character. Well, Kai. Kai is a very interesting character that I really wanted to really
That you
go.
will only hear on Anchor.
Yeah, you got here.
That particular character is a very sensual woman that enjoys the very ability for you to have different things happening to your anatomy. And she's 100% okay with that, sharing with that, and giving that. But for that, which I would like to say, Ed and I are going to talk about it to really do, but that is something that I want to make sure that we always give it to you, especially on the weekends, because y'all ass just nasty. So anyway, I just figure we'll put that out there, and we'll keep it moving. But the other character is Dr. Mitch. He has an awesome voice. Is very soothing for Kai to talk to. Ed plays the shit out that role. Trust and believe that. So I want to say check us out. And
Mhm.
we're gonna send some shout outs. We got some more segments to do. So we had time for this bullshit, but now we up. It's 31 minutes and this is out. We pass our time. So we'll see y'all ass on the next segment. Peace.
All the best.